truly mean to be powerful? Is it really about your stature in life, or is it something deeper? Today, we're going to talk about personal power. I'm going to explain exactly what it is and why our conception of power is in need of evolution. And it's actually already in progress in some very major ways all around the world. So, within human consciousness, our mass consciousness of these 8 billion people on Earth, there exists this concept of power. And our understanding of what it means is in need of an upgrade. That's what we'll be doing today. We're going to be upgrading our definition of power and what it means to be powerful. So I'm going to posit to you that to have power is an internal quality. It's a quality of the self, a state of sovereignty, being sovereign over your being and over your journey. That's my definition of power. Now, going back to the current worldview, in our mass consciousness, we have this worldview of power. And in that worldview, power relates almost one to one with wealth, material wealth, or the number of digits that are in your bank account. Currently, the concept of power, the concept of how much money you have are tied together. And what we're going to do is we're just going to split those up because I think it's really important for us to see. Um, and this is not a completely new concept. No way. This has been talked about for centuries, but I think now is a very specific time in human history where the pendulum has swung all the way to this uber capitalist wealth first mentality. So our success is defined by our wealth, our power is defined by our wealth, and this is actually hurting our psyche, both on a collective level and on an individual level. And it's really, I'm concerned with both of those levels, but my work is with individuals. My work as a mind healer, as a coach, is to speak with people on an individual basis to see where their understanding of the world and their place in the world can be upgraded, can be enhanced, and those upgrades really affect their lives in major ways. Like the transformations I've seen in my clients has been absolutely incredible, where something that they've been bothered by for years and years and years, something they've really struggled with for many, many years. After a trigger reset session with me, for example, they are no longer bothered by that thing. Like when it happens again, their partner gives them a certain look or their kid ignores them, and it used to just, send them into a total tailspin. But now that doesn't happen anymore, right? Now they are able to be with that feeling, and the reaction, the popping off just doesn't happen in the same way. And this helps to reclaim their personal power. So, coming back to power and what it is and what it isn't, right? So, if we're saying that power is not wealth, well, then what is it? What is power? Personal power is your ability to affect the course of your life, and even more importantly, how you are feeling about your life in the moment. You are able to control how you see yourself and how you see your path, and you're sure that each one of your next steps is leading you to the place where you want to go. And here I want to give you an example that might be a little bit radical, but I like it. So, this is an example of a woman begging on the side of the street. Maybe she has a small child with her, maybe she has several children, but she is destitute. She has no money. She is begging on the side of the road. And not too far away, we have a man who is a billionaire, one of the richest men in the world, judging by his bank account or whatever the wealth indicators that we're currently using. Most of his wealth isn't liquid, is it? But regardless, here's this man and here's this woman. Now, this woman, let's say, has a lot of joy and love in her heart. Even though she's not financially wealthy, she has faith that she'll be able to find whatever she needs for the next day. And she does. And every day, things seem to just work out for her. And she keeps taking the steps to improve her lot in life. And she does it in a joyful way. She does it while singing and dancing and loving on her babies. Okay. So that's this woman. And now this man is very angry because the people that he wants to love him are not giving him what he wants them to give him. They're not giving him enough validation, even though he's surrounded by yes men who are always nodding and saying yes to him. He doesn't feel validated. He feels very lonely and detached. He has no community, and he emotionally is just lost at sea. All of this money that he has, it doesn't buy him happiness. It doesn't buy him the real personal power of being able to affect your pathway in life. Sure, we could argue that if he were to change his perspective, if he were to come to a real understanding of what personal power is, and if he decided to utilize his vast wealth to improve not his lot in life, which is already very easy, but the lot of other people, to uplift those in the community, then his personal power would increase and his happiness and joy would also increase, right? Not to say that every beggar is rich in personal power. That's not true. But in this example, I just want to show you that just because someone's a beggar doesn't mean that they lack in personal power. And just because someone's a billionaire does not mean that they are actually powerful. Why? Because all humans desire happiness. All humans want to feel loved and joy and peace. We long for those emotions. And true power is being able to manifest those things in your life just as it is. Nothing in your bank account can actually purchase that lightness, that joy, that peace that constitutes real power. That is what I want you to take away from this video. We are identifying power as a sense of inner knowing, sovereignty over the self, and understanding of oneself and one's needs. So this power, whatever our level is, you can think of it as a battery. There are things that we could do that gain us power and things that we could do that lose us power. In my next video, I'm going to discuss all the ways in which we can gain power for ourselves and all the ways in which we can lose that power. So stay tuned.